A few days ago, I was at the Hilton Hotel to make arrangements for the Hilton Wedding Fair, which is coming up next week. The wedding fairs are one way that wedding photographers and videographers like myself used to drum up business. Now, the whole idea behind the fair is it's sort of like an open marketplace where vendors come, they get to show what they do, and then people come and have a look at your wares, and from there they're able to pick vendors for their wedding. Now, while I was there with a couple of other guys and other vendors like myself. And while we were waiting for the people in the sales department to pay attention to us because they had some other clients that they were dealing with. So while we were waiting for them, we started talking about the industry, trends in the wedding industry and things like that. And the common theme that came out in the conversation was that people were of this idea that the wedding industry is a fake industry, and the faker you are, the better your chances of succeeding in the industry. Now, the reason why that came up is because, well, of course, if you have the reason why that came up was because there are a bunch of us guys there, 4 or 5 of us guys, and we're all of different styles, different temperaments, and it's obvious that. Okay, well, it's not obvious since you were there. You guys were not there. But of everybody in the group, I was the one with the most laid-back temperament, and also the most laid-back dressing sense. And so the conversation, the reason why that came up was some well-meaning fellows were of the opinion that if I wanted to boost my sales, if I wanted to increase my profile in the industry, then I would have to change. I'd have to become more fake to make more progress in the industry. And well, I heard them out, and it's not quite something that I agree with, although I admit that from time to time my wife and I, we sit down and we crack jokes about maybe if I were to get a piercing and then get some tattoos, that would help the market move. But anyway, I brush it off as I usually do because I want to remain me, do business, my own way. Like Frank Sinatra said, I'd like to do things my own way and look back at, the end of my life when the time comes to look back at all that I have achieved and say, thank you, God, I was able to achieve this my own way. And I remember that because this morning, after doing school runs, a song came on the radio. It was by J. Cole. I think the title of the song is 1985. I'm not sure, but I'll cross-check. It was a diss song, and he was replying to another rapper who was another of these more upcoming rappers who was dissing him. And the point of the song was that J. Cole was saying that you can't succeed as a rapper if you're going to ride trends. So if you're riding a trend right now and you're dissing older rappers, you need to realize that one day the trend is going to end, and if you didn't have any substance behind you, then your career is going to fail. So for those of you who are not familiar with rap music, J. Cole is one of the younger rappers, but he's been able to be on the scene for a while now. So that was the whole idea of his song, that don't ride trends as a rapper. If you ride trends, you're not going to be around forever. And I thought that it's interesting that conversation that J. Cole was having with another rapper, and that's the music industry. You also have a parallel that is going on in the wedding industry as well. This whole thing of either staying authentic to yourself or riding trends or being fake or whatever it is. And then of course it made me remember other stuff that I had read, like Stephen Covey, I think, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He has this thing where he talks about the personality ethic and the character ethic. So the personality ethic, that's basically people who want to get ahead by doing quick fixes, talk better, dress better, dress sharper, and then the character ethic, people who try to get ahead by working on the more internal, more long-term, long-lasting, more of the internal traits, like being more disciplined or being more spiritual or whatever it is. And so I just wanted to share this conversation because I'm sure that wherever it is that you work, whether you're in the wedding industry like me, you're a budding musician, or maybe even you're in the banking sector, I'm sure that you guys have these conversations at times, where people say you need to be more You know, you need to be more sharper, you need to be more flyer, you need to be faker to get ahead. Well, for me, it's obvious what my prejudice is, but nothing is cast in stone. So, let me just put it this way: don't judge me if you come across me next year and you see that I've grown dreadlocks and then I have tattoos and then I have piercings. But God willing, it's not going to come to that, and I'm going to build my business the way that I want to. And God will help me succeed, just like I'm sure He's going to help all of us succeed.